The Southwest is one of Nigeria's most prosperous and progressive regions, but insecurity remains a major challenge there.
Crimes like armed robbery, kidnapping, ritual killings and cultism are prevalent in the Southwest. To check the rising and worrisome trend, Southwest governors have launched a security outfit codenamed Operation Amotekun.
Now, this security outfit is expected to complement the efforts of police in tackling insecurity. Right, joining us in the studio is public affairs analyst and editor inside a digital online newspaper, Abdul-Lateef Ishowo. Good morning, Abdul-Lateef. It's nice to have you join us now.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Great. Now, the takeoff or the launch of Operation Amotekun is something that is still on the lips of a lot of Nigerians. But however, is this a writing on the wall that the much talked about state policing is needed as early as even yesterday?
Well, thank you very much. I can say you are very right there. In one of my books, Nigeria at Crossroads, I titled a chapter 5. Okay. I see Nigeria as a simultaneous, complex simultaneous equation. In an attempt to solve a problem, you launch into another problem. Look at the problem of state creation, the problem of revenue sharing formula and so on and so forth. So the Southwestern governors have come up with a solution by providing Amotekun. But I must tell you, I hope it is not going to be like other challenges that we have, opening a can of worms to another problem in terms of other parts of the country agitating to have the kind of Amotekun. But if you look at it, as I have stated earlier, it is a kind of solution the federal government has to sit down to look into. If you look at the Section 49 of Police Act, it provides for constabulary. This is a security architecture that is used in Britain. So if the Police Act provides for that, then the Southwestern governors will be having a place in the law to rest on, that this is why we are launching Operation Amotekun. So by and large, it may force the federal government to look into agitation of state policing. Because
but about 23 states already have different kind of outfits, for security in their states already.
23 states.
About 23 states.
If 23 states has that, as federal government come to the reality of accepting those 23 states as having the right to have a way of protecting their own people, because it is one thing to have it, it's another thing to solve the problem. If you look at the operation of Amotekun now, you will be having the kind of premonition. There is no way there will not be talks among those that will be conscripted into the task, because it's not really official. It is not stated in the Constitution clearly that they should have it. And the police is not accepting them as allies. So when you look at what is happening, it may create another problem in the sense that members of OPC might even be conscripted into Operation Amotekun. So should any one of them violate the law, should any one of them commit crime in the process of protecting people, what happens? Then the Operation Amotekun members, how do they prosecute anybody found culpable of committing a crime? Do they refer them to the police? Do they take judgment on their own? How would they position their judgment in the Constitution? So it is a very great task that the federal government has to look into. You have to invite these governors, as I've stated, that there is the need for the federal government to call for a security summit. We have our retired generals being used as resource persons in the Western world. We still have people like Abdullahi Mohammed around. General Abdullahi Mohammed, we have General Abi Sama around, we have Olusegun Obasanjo around. Why are they politicizing security situation? Why is it that when a retired general is now the president of Nigeria, other generals, or let me say virtually all retired generals of his generation, are not supporting? So how come? So the security situation of the country is taken with levity hand. And until they face the reality of accepting the fact that they are saddled with the responsibility of finding lasting solutions to security challenges of the country, I want to bet you The 774 local government chairmen may come up with a security outfit tomorrow.
But is it so difficult to see that we have a situation on our hands? Because even towards the end of last year, the president had held a security meeting with some of the security chiefs, and he said that he is withdrawing, the armies and those in charge from volatile areas to ensure stability. He already knows that there is a problem. Is taking the steps such a challenge?
Are those steps accurate? Those are the questions to ask. Look, these are the security chiefs that many Nigerians have complained that they should be changed. Ever since Buhari,
but they're still the one winning the wars against Boko Haram so far.
Winning the war against Boko Haram,
yeah,
you say?
But the point there is, last year we saw how the rate of attacks from Boko Haram went down.
No, we shouldn't deny the Nigerian army of the applaud that they have done well in terms of at least reducing or chasing the Boko Haram back into the forest. But this is not a regular war. This is guerrilla war. They might even go into relax and a few months later relaunch. Okay, how come we've not been able to secure this lady? Leah Sharibu.
Or even the remaining Chibok girls.
And the remaining Chibok girls. Even when we know where the Boko Harams are, where they are located, we still find it difficult to track them. So it means they have not gone to rest. To me, they are only relaxing. This kind of operation can last for years. It has lasted for a decade now. So what is Nigerian government doing to have people who can hold these people into ransom and checking them not to continue committing this crime? So there's a need for the president to do something differently from what we've been having in the past.
We used to do. Thank you very much, Abdulateef Ishowo. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. But insecurity remains a major challenge.
Crimes like armed robbery, kidnapping, ritual killings, and cultism are prevalent in the Southwest. To check the rising and worrisome trend, Southwest governors have launched a security outfit codenamed Operation Amotekun.
Now, this security outfit is expected to complement the efforts of the police in tackling insecurity. Joining us now is public affairs analyst and editor inside a digital online newspaper, Abdulateef Ishowo. It's nice to have you join us right now.
It's nice.
And let me say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Same to you and to Nigerians.
Oh yeah, and to Nigerians too. Now, the Operation Amotekun is an outfit now that has come to stay. It's been launched by the 6 governors of the Southwest. But a lot of Nigerians that even from the Southwest are commenting on some dissatisfaction when it comes to the operations, when it comes to how they're going to interface with the existing security agencies like the police and all of that. From what you have seen, what concerns do you have?
Well, even from what you said now, you said it has come to stay. It has not come to stay.
That has not come to stay.
That the discussions are still on shows that does not come to stay.
Okay.
And that the governors are still jostling to meet the IG who was absent in the launching of the operation. Means that it has not come to stay. But when you look at it critically, it's an eloquent testimony to the fact that we are operating in a complex environment. Now, here's a complex society that has produced a rowdy political animals. You find them in barbecue, you find them in bukaterias, you find them in newspaper junctions, every one of them. Chidi Amuta calls them 100 million presidents without sovereignty. They know what to be done, but the president. So, in an attempt to knowing what to be done is what the 6 governors of the southwestern part of the country are telling the president. Look, you have failed in securing this nation. The centralized police system that we have been operating for decades has not worked. In essence, we need to try out another thing. But what concerns the public now is the justification in the law for the Operation Amotekun. But if you look at Section 176 of the Constitution, it says the police has to be central. But Section 214 of the same Constitution says governors of each of the states is the security officer of the state.
Yeah.
So how do you position the governor or a governor who is given security votes on a monthly basis without a clear definition of what he should use the security votes for? Now, we now have a situation whereby Nigerians are now clamoring for state policing, and the failure of the federal government to change from what the colonial masters bequeathed on us on the eve of the independence, a central policing that can work for Britain, that is almost homogeneous. We are now operating the same thing in a country that is heterogeneous. And if you look at the 1963 Republican Constitution, it clearly states that those 4 regions, as at that time, could have security of their own regions. So the component unit has to think, the 36 states, has to think a way out into solving the security challenges facing the country.
Within their domains.
Within their domains. So I will not condemn the governors, as I've read in some papers or in some quarters, for the governors to coming up with Operation Amotekun, since we have failed to accept the fact that it is time now that we decentralize policing and have state policing.
What you are saying that, are you saying that this is not strategic enough for these people to feel safe?
It is not. Okay, if you are talking of Operation Amotekun, remember, indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has commended this move. Yeah. They are coming up with theirs. The Northerners are coming up with theirs. I am from Kwara State. From Kwara State to Plateau, that's another state in the north central part of the country. You are likely to pass through 3-4 states before you get there. What kind of operation do we adopt that will fit into north central part of the country? But that is not to say that the governors are not right. At least this will jig the federal government to think of a way out, to think of how to look into having a state policing. I want to believe that state policing will solve more than 50% of the security challenges we are having in the country now. So without them thinking a way out, let the governors think a way out for that. And that the federal government is keeping quiet. The IG has not spoken. Mr. President has not spoken. Means that they know that the governors are operating within the confines of the law. And remember, the governors have made it clearly, pointedly clear that they are going to insert this into houses of assembly across the 36 states of the Federation. Absolutely. So they are conscious of the fact that it has to be stated in the law. They are conscious of the fact that the federal government might oppose this. And the police IG is equally conscious of the executive arm of government that he has not gotten instruction from Mr. President. Can we be operating the police system whereby DPO will have to get instruction from commissioner, commissioner to the IG, and IG to the Mr. President?
A whole lot there.
A whole lot still has to be done.
Yeah.
A whole lot has to be done. That's why I said it does not come to
stay. They have said they got an approval and an approval letter from the National Security Advisor before this took off. So that is a way of saying the president is aware of whatever is going on.
But you're operating in a country where the president will come out tomorrow to say, I've not given the
But let's leave it for now. Let's leave it here.
Preempt the president. Abdul Latif Ishowo, thank you for your time on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.